Well, hey there. Welcome to the Pawpaw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, I've been transplanting a bunch of seedlings. These, give me just a second here. All these on the ground right here were in tall one tree pots, and I let them grow out in the greenhouse for this season. And I wanted to put them in these large root trapper bags. I'm going to be building a new greenhouse that's going to accommodate a lot more room than this, and it's for this purpose right here. But that's not what I'm here for. Let me set this down. I'm going to move back this way because these have been done for a few days now. And something that I'm going to share with you and talk to you about. You know, years ago I had a tree out here along the chicken coop, and a deer came in and completely defoliated that tree. And when it did, I thought the tree was going to die, but it didn't. In fact, it took on more growth. The deer never broke a stem. And we got a good candidate right here. Anyways, when the deer did that, it generated growth on the stalk, and it branched out and it grew exponentially. I could not believe how quickly it grew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something that I picked up by observation of what that deer did to the tree, and see if I can't mimic it. I brought a pair of scissors out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clip the leaf off. Now mind you, I left the stem of that leaf on the tree itself. We're going to see what would happen, because that's what the deer did. It left the stem of the tree, or of the leaf itself, on what it ate off. It just ate the leaf. I'm only going to do a few of these like this. I just want to see what it would do. I've got plenty of trees that, well, if the tree suffers and doesn't make it, I have more trees to fall back on. I got quite a few trees. Now, the one thing I am going to do is this terminal bud. I'm going to clip the terminal bud off. Take that leaf off. I'm going to leave a small portion on there. And then what we're going to do is see what happens by doing that. I'm going to set that to the side. Now we're going to take a look at this one. You know, these bags were treated with biochar and biocarbon combined. And the biochar was charged up with the kelp and calcium fertilizer. And so it's got the nutrients in there. And well, what it is that I suspect to see happen is the tree is going to generate new growth. In other words, branching. Because the one thing I did notice was where there was a leaf, the little bud, like a terminal bud that's on that leaf, that's just inside the leaf, is what grew. And when it grew into a branch. There. We're only going to do a couple of them for now because I want to see what will happen. The thing about it is that little bud that's just inside, and maybe I can grab a tree from down here to show you what I'm talking about. And kind of get in close. If you look real close where the main shank is and the leaf is, there's a little node right there. That's a leaf terminal. And what we're trying to do is to get that to push. If we can get that to push, well then we could have branching. And as it's trying to branch, what in turn would happen is the seedling would demand more of the root system, in which there's plenty enough nutrients in there to offer up to cause this to grow. It's kind of like grafting. When you graft, you cut down here, and when it pushes bud, it begins to grow in girth. And I'm looking for that to happen here as it's pushing more growth. And we'll see how that works out. And what I'll do is these two bags I'll set aside. I'm going to set them down on the ground because up in here, the sun hitting that pretty much scalded. And I'll tuck them back here underneath this bench. It'll get a little bit of a shade scenario. Let me pull them leaves out of there. And then we'll see what happens. What I would call that is force-generated growth. We're trying to force that tree to generate more growth. And we'll keep an eye on this and see what happens, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a way to get these trees to pick up in their growth pattern. And only time will tell. It's just something that I want to share with you. You have any thoughts about that? Please share, but we'll see what happens. My name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click don't forget to click that bell for any notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God bless day.